This is the full weekly reading for thinkers, feelers, doers, and builders. Hi, I'm Lori. I'm a tarot reader and spiritual counselor, and each week I share intuitive messages to help you reconnect to your inner guidance. In my work with clients over the past 40 years, I've noticed that people tend to move through life in 4 different ways: as thinkers, feelers, doers, and builders. And the cool thing is that each of those pathways connects to a suit in the minor arcana of the tarot deck. The thinkers connect with the swords, the feelers with the cups, the doers with the wands, and the builders with the pentacles. And I do have a free quiz that I created that's available in the description if you'd like to figure out which one you lean more towards. And, we have all 4 pathways in us. Sometimes we may lean toward our most dominant one, and sometimes we may lean toward a different one. So organically, whatever one calls to you, feel free to listen to. And this week, I am talking about the theme of nurturing. So what needs to be nurtured? And this is the video where I talk to each type, all 4. Right now, I'm going to start with the thinkers. Those are people who tend to process life through the mind, through the intellect. So what needs to be nurtured for my thinkers? Let's see. It's talking about nurturing what you're doing well, nurturing what support is showing up, not nurturing those thoughts that want to dwell on what's not showing up, what's not working, and pick apart that, or pick yourself apart. Nurture what is showing up. If there's support from, let's say you want support from a particular person that's not showing up there, but it's showing up from somewhere else in your life, from someone else, nurture that. Nurture that support that's showing up, because I feel like, it is in your best interest, and there is a decision that's being made in your favor this week. It does feel like it has to do with something financial. So in the past, you have sent yourself down different kind of rabbit holes of thoughts. I'm not good enough. I'm not going to receive this. I'm going to be passed over. This week, nurture possibility. Nurture the connections that you've made. Look at the good job that you've done. Look around you at how much you're appreciated. Allow yourself to think thoughts that are supportive rather than fearful thoughts. That's how you can nurture yourself. Otherwise, it's going to make you want to shut down or put a wall up. Think thoughts that bring you into a peaceful state of mind. If you're not feeling peaceful, that means that you're not nurturing yourself. So if you'd like that feeling of optimism to return, it starts with the thoughts that you're thinking. So this week, nurture loving thoughts. Believe that you deserve that promotion or that raise or that offer at work to step into something, because your attitude is going to create what's going to end up happening, the offer that's going to end up being made. So nurture what you're doing well, nurture possibility, and allow yourself to step out of overthinking things. I know that's a lot to ask, but I know you can do it. All right. Now let's look at the message for feelers, people who tend to move through life through their hearts. This is about nurturing, which is right in your ballpark, because my feelers, my nurturers, are nurturers naturally. And this is saying to my feelers, have faith. Nurture the structure and the foundation around you. What has been created. Follow the rules this week. Nurture what has already been created instead of trying to create something else. You are headed in the right direction. Nurture your faith around this. You know, you've persevered through a lot, but you don't have to keep surviving. You can thrive. You don't have to make any new choices this week. It's saying nurture what you already have. Nurture the structure and the foundation that's already there. Ground yourself. Do some activities that will help you come back into the present moment. For some people, that might be yoga. For some, that might be breath work. For some, that might be going outside in nature. Whatever brings you back into your heart, whatever feels like it's nourishing to your soul, lean into that this week. It is saying that when things feel overwhelming, it's okay to stand your ground and to, again, don't try to create anything new this week. Lean into the structure, lean into the form, lean into whatever it is that's already been created and ground yourself there. So an example of that might be someone that's feeling like they have to move on from a job or a relationship. Instead, ground yourself, lean into the relationship from a grounded state, or lean into your work from a grounded, peaceful state, and see if that shifts before you make a choice, because it feels like you're nurturing anxiety, and by doing that, you're going to make a choice based on your feelings rather than what's already been established. So what are you running scared from is what I'm hearing in my head to my feelers. Ground yourself, relax into the structure or into the form. All right, next, I'm going to talk to the doers. These are people who tend to move through life through action and momentum. How can you, my doers, nurture yourself, or what needs to be nurtured this week for you? A lot of this is saying how you choose to interact with other people. How are you choosing to nurture an important relationship with somebody that has a lot of emotional impact in your world? Does feel like things are a little off. So instead of going into comparison, the best thing you can do is to let go of comparison and instead nurture the connection and the support that you're aware of that happens within the relationship. This is all relationship based. It's not about second guessing or what I'm sensing is that in this relationship, you took something that this person said the wrong way, and it's making you go into your own stories about lack and self-worth and comparison and feeling as though you're less than, and thinking that it's not working out between you and this other person. And the truth is, it is. It's important for you to be able to tap into that inspiration within you. So nurture what inspires you rather than what puts out your fire. And what's putting out your fire this week is the belief that you're less than, and that you have to compare yourself to your past, the past version of yourself, and who you become. That person sees who you've become, but you misconstrued what they said, and you think they're viewing you through an old lens, and they're not. So take a breath, bring yourself back into balance, and look at it from a different perspective. Get out of your need to go into comparison and to beat yourself up. And you'll realize that this relationship is really supportive. All right. Finally, I'm going to give a message for the builders. And those are people who tend to move through life through creating structure and stability and foundation. Let's see. How can you nurture yourself, or what needs to be nurtured this week for you? You know, it is saying that what needs to be nurtured is the area you've been feeling blocked in, and it feels like you've been blocking it. And there's a lesson that you keep looking away from. There's a lesson that keeps repeating itself in your life, and you're kind of looking away from it. So in real life, what this looks like is continually being shown. Here's an example: continually being shown that you get really anxious when you're late, but you're making yourself late to events or to meeting people, but you're purposely making yourself late. Like, you're waiting until the last minute to leave, or you're not paying attention to the time, and then you rush to get there, and then you show up in an emotional state that makes you push people away, and then you wonder why people are pushing you away. So build more time into your schedule. Nurture yourself by building more time into your schedule. That's what needs to be done. Like taking that moment and allowing yourself to look honestly at, it's going to take me 15 minutes to do that. So 20 minutes before I'm supposed to leave, I am actually going to do that thing so that I have 5 extra minutes to get out the door. So be strategic this week. What's the most nurturing thing you can do is give yourself time to do what needs to be done. And you won't feel as anxious, you won't feel as frustrated, and you won't feel as exhausted. So take a look at how you're currently doing things that are causing you to show up to situations or show up at places or at meetings with people in a way that is making you beat yourself up later because of the way you showed up, or feel you're feeling frustrated when you show up, take a look at that. Take a look at where it started, which is you needed to give yourself a little more time at the beginning and build that into your schedule. So, this week for all of you, for all 4 types, take a look at what feels nourishing, what's going to nurture you. And it's different for every type. Thinkers feel more nurtured when they're not overthinking, because that's what burns them out, when they're present minded. Feelers, when they're grounded, but again, present minded. The commonality for all 4 types is being present moment minded, like coming into the present moment. So in the comments below, I'd love to hear what helps you become present. What helps you to be right here, right now, and not thinking about the future, worried about the past, getting angry about something that happened, but right here, right now? What brings you to right here, right now? And if something in this reading opened up something that you'd like to explore more in depth, I do one-on-one readings and spiritual counseling sessions, and the link to book a session with me is in the description. Once again, I'd love to hear what brings you into the right here, right now moment. And if you want to go deeper with your specific type, the thinker, the feeler, the doer, or the builder, the playlist, this week's full playlist is linked below, Monday through Thursday. So tomorrow, I'll be talking to the thinkers, Tuesday, the feelers, Wednesday, the doers, Thursday, the builders. Each type will get their own reading as well. So subscribe so you don't miss the readings this week, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.